So in the flexible budget, we have computed 20,000 labor hours because the assumption was we need 2 hours for a suit, 2 labor hours. And we multiply that again with the budgeted rate. The budgeted rate for labor was 30. Same procedure as for material. And what you have here is the result, the total flexible budget variance of 45,000 something. This is what you find here. Question?
Can you please scroll down that we can see?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Here?
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, for the Germans, in Germany we call this kind of budgeting Plankostenrechnung. And this is exactly or very similar approach. Plankostenrechnung, we have that flexible Plankostenrechnung, which is basically the flexible budget. While we call the static budgeting die starre Plankostenrechnung. Sorry for that. But some Germans might ask, what is he doing here? I had that kind of variance analysis in my bachelor's. Yeah, it's a very similar, not precisely the same, but it's a very similar approach. Questions so far?
I have 2 general questions for
Please.
you. First of all, when we write our exam,
Yeah.
will you provide us also a template like this, or do we have to know every step?
The exam questions will not be such a long story, but maybe simple numbers. And I might ask, how about that? If you have the parameters, what is the flexible budget and what is the flexible budget variance? How much relates to price and how much relates to efficiency?
Okay, so we have to know the steps.
You basically have the choice between an open book exam and a closed book exam.
Close.
So, during the pandemic, we were forced to have open book exams because it was an online exam.
How was it?
Bad, very bad. So it's when I provide you with all the formulas, or you can look at everything up, the results were far worse than those of a closed book exam. So you have the choice, but again, for most students, it does not help so much when you can look it up in a book and then you rely on that, oh, okay, I don't need to know that precisely because I have the book close to me. You will not have the time in the exam to read a book.
Okay, let's start.
Let's get started.
Let's start to read.
But if you prefer open book
No,
exams,
close is always better. There is
One more.
talk and close.
Do you already have the date for the exam? Do you have the date for the exam already?
it was, I don't know the name. Who brought it up? What's your name? Caroline brought it up already. We have a general, it's rather complicated now. We were forced to have A and B dates for classes where there is only a written exam. But this is a little bit complicated for our room planning. But for exams, what we have here, this is a combined exam because you have a presentation and a written exam. So the rule was at the last week before our examination period starts. Examination period starts officially at the 30th of January. I don't have an overview of how many of the exams at the moment are combined exams for you, but I fear if we concentrate them on the last week of January, you will have an exam on more or less every day, and that is not what I would like to have. So let me discuss that with our administration, and we'll come up with some reasonable schedule. Around Christmas, I will provide you with a trial exam, so you can get used to my style. But please don't misunderstand. Some people think only the trial exam will be subject to the final exam. Yes, of course, not the same exercises will be part of the real exam than they were used in the trial exam. This is not a master level examination. This is maybe for
but the
scholars.
style, the style, the structure is
The style is the same. Yeah, it will be a combination of calculations. For example, here you have a wonderful basis and maybe some reflection of what you are doing. But being able to apply the concept is the most important thing for the exam.
Con Khan ở đâu?
Reflection of what we are doing. Em đéo biết là mình làm gì trong từ đầu kỳ đến giờ luôn đấy. Em vô tri. Đấy, tao cảm thấy môn nào cũng no hút. Tao cảm thấy môn nào tao cũng no hút.
Các thi lại 3 lần mà mày học một lần chơi nào thì
Lại 3 lần trong không làm bị đuổi đấy mày.
We are on the way to discuss a little bit.
Môn em
And
năm
here
nay
we
rất
have
là
an
xa gần rồi, tôi xịn quá.
when it comes to
Được điểm cao là điểm thấp tôi chỉ làm là kiểu xịn quá.
regarding material or labor, explained by purchasing performance.
Sướng nhỉ.
Measures should focus on more factors than just price variances for
Kiểu như giữa học kinh tế
Of
lượng
course,
và học
procurement
Kỳ vấn đáp chậm cái đéo nó
departments
cũng chết.
are very much measure based whether on the fact whether they are able to purchase as cheap as possible. What might be a downside of measuring the performance when it comes to purchasing just based on price? For example, you had in our example a favorable price variance for material, yes.
Maybe the efficiency of the resources and the effectiveness of the way we are handling the resources.
Yeah, but how does the price relate to efficiency of handling?